Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Cardinals Hoops, where we're going to talk about the Lamar game.
Yes, sir.
The Stephen F. Austin game.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about the game coming up for the UIW, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. Midterms are coming up, so that's why we're going to explain the... Here we go. Valerie is going to go first. Val?
As usual, let me go ahead and give you a rundown. The women's team was unable to get a win on Senior Day against Lamar University on Saturday, losing 67-61 at the McDermott Center. UIW led after the first quarter and at halftime by 1 point, but Lamar took the lead with a strong third quarter. UIW shot 35% from the field, made 3 of 18 from the three-point range, and were 10 for 12 at the foul line. Yvonne Mayosa had 15 points, 9 rebounds before fouling out in her final home game. Melina Merritt added 15 points and 4 assists, and Connor Ward had 4 more rebounds than Lamar and committed the same number of turnovers. Lamar shot 47% from the field and made 3 of 6 from the three-point range. Leka Blatch led away with a double-double of 16 points and 10 rebounds. Kiara Desamores added 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 steals. The women's last game will be this Saturday at Houston Baptist.
Let's rewind back to last Saturday when the UIW Cardinals took on the Lamar Cardinals. And this game was a good one, and UIW ended up getting the W 89-70. The leading scorer in this ball game for the Lamar Cardinals was Preston Mattingly. He had 22 for them, and he also had 4 rebounds. Right behind him was Quan Jones. He had 11 points, and he also had 2 steals. Now, for the UIW Cardinals, he had himself quite the game with Sean Johnson. He had 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 blocks, a really big one here in the first half. And of course, we got to talk about the player of the week in the Southland Conference, Kyle Hiddle. He had 30 points in this ball game. He also had 7 rebounds, and he also had 3 assists, which really, that's what earned him the player of the week honors. Now UIW, they got it done behind the arc. They ended up finishing the game shooting 58% from behind the arc. They also ended up shooting 54% from the field overall. And get this, they shot out of their 16 free throws, they made 15 of them, which really is telling you they're getting it done at the charity stripe. Now, let's rewind to February 29th, Leap Day in 2016. Pretty cool. But that was pretty much the only cool thing that happened for UIW in this game, as Stephen F. Austin was all over them, winning it 84-58. And looking at it, the leading scorer in this game was Clyde Gifford. He had 18 points. He also chipped in with 3 rebounds, and he had 2 turnovers. So UIW got him there twice. Now, leading scorer, well, having a big game for the Lumberjacks in this one, just pretty much going off, was Thomas Walkup. He had 15 rebounds, he also had 12 points, and he had 10 assists, and he had 5 steals. So he had a triple-double, and he was about 5 steals away from having a quadruple-double, which is a pretty good game in college. The Lumberjacks overall ended up shooting 52% from the field, 44% from behind the three-point line, and 66% from the free throw line. So you may ask yourself, how did UIW get blown out so bigly? Well, looking at it real quick, they ended up shooting 34% from the field. They shot 35% from behind the free arc, and they shot 73% from the free throw line, which is telling you that the defense from the Lumberjacks getting it done in this game, really shutting down UIW. UIW only scored 25 points in the first half, 33 in the second half. Meanwhile, talk consistency for Stephen F. Austin, they ended up scoring 42 in the first and the second half. Now the Lumberjacks also outscored the UIW Cardinals 40-22 inside the paint, and they also got 23 points off the turnovers. So Stephen F. Austin pretty much came here on a Monday night, and they pretty much got it done. They flexed their muscles, and they showed why they're 23-5 overall and 16-0 in the Southland Conference, and why they're in first place. But let's go ahead and just skip on over that. Just, every 4 years, Leap Day, that's when this game is played, right? And let's go ahead and talk about who UIW plays in their upcoming game. Valerie, who do they play?
The women's will play this Saturday at noon at Houston Baptist for the last game.
And the men's squad will take on the last game here at home versus the Houston Baptist Huskies as well. That game is going to tip off at 4 o'clock. Well, that's all we have.
That's all that we have for this week. Make sure to tune in next week for our last show of Cardinal Hoops. We'll see you later.
That is the second time in 2 weeks.
You were slow, man. You got to get to the point. You have to get to the point.
You got to stop saying that thunder, man.
Whatever. Get to the point. Let's make it simple.
I'm gone.